Yeah, I know.
Jones.
What the fuck is that?
What?
What
the fuck is that? Wait.
What is what?
Did you guys see that? We have that on
That
recording.
is
Look at that!
No, what the fuck? I didn't hit anything. What the
That's
fuck?
fucking scary, dude.
Do it.
What is
What
that?
the fuck? What is going on? All right, well. So this past Monday just got this wonderful new Marvel Legends Carnage. Did like his appearance in Venom 2. Not so keen on the design, but obviously they translated pretty well with the figure, and there's so much going on. He has tendrils that pop out of his back. He has different like weapon and hand accessories. He has an alternative head. The sculpting is extremely well done. And the paint app's very minor, but you gotta have some it's kind of like a charcoal, not so much black, what we've seen with Carnage, kind of all over him. And I'm not personally a fan of when Carnage has like yellow teeth or white teeth, because usually I'm used to seeing him having black, but for the movie they did that. But no, ever since I got this figure on Monday, he's been a tremendous amount of fun. These tendrils on his back are bendy wires, so you can move them around. Also, some of the weapons you can swap around, which I don't know why you would really need to, because you can swap between the backs of the tendrils. You can take this one off. I won't do it now. You can take this one with a spike. This one's actually, most of them are going to be on two. Like, there's going to be one claw one and then different weapon one. But for the figure, he's pretty straightforward with articulation and everything. But his size, he is massive. I think he's around, got to be well over 9 inches, because he towers over the movie Venom figure. I mean, look at that. Like, Venom barely makes his shoulder. And here's a comparison with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, who's like at his waist. It's insane. So it makes it for a lot of fun. It's honestly just a fun figure, and while I haven't been huge or keen on the movie design, I've appreciated it a lot more now having a figure of it. I don't know where I'm going to put this on my shelf, to be completely honest with you, but
it's too big.
I absolutely recommend him. Yeah, it's great. It's crazy, too, because of how quick we got him, because they just revealed him last month, and all of a sudden now, here we are. We already have him in hand, so great figure. Definitely going to be on my top 10 for the year, no doubt.
Awesome.
Yeah, he looks really, really cool. I'm tempted. He's just...
I'll show
he's
the
just too big.
Coolest thing about this head. I'll show real quick. The camera can capture it. See, like the lines, they have like the skin kind of breaking off when he opens his mouth.
You see the teeth
through
through
the
it.
teeth. Yeah, that's like
dope.
Cool.
Nice. All right, welcome everybody to the All Things Geek podcast. I am Tyler, also known as Bionic Aside, joined by the man whose name starts with a B.
Braden, or Redzolian.
The man whose name starts with an A.
And
the man whose name starts with an L, like the big loss that he takes every morning.
I don't think so, mate. Hi, my name's Leighton. I also go by the Northern Dalek on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, unfortunately.
And Rangus, too.
All four of us are here for the first time.
A big family reunion we have here.
Yeah.
They brought more drinks.
Drinking right now, ladies and gentlemen. We got some tequila margarita here, and Aiden's got a tea, I guess, which is water. And Lay's, the only thing he's got brewing is a fat shit right now.
The only thing he's drinking is piss and vinegar.
Well, I've just drank my piss, haven't I, left?
There you go.
We've got a bit
Try
to talk
shitting
about
if you
today,
want as well.
And we're on a little bit of a time crunch, so jumping right in, we got a short little Deadpool 3 trailer that revealed the Sabretooth is going to be in the film, and not just any Sabretooth, but the original Sabretooth from the first few X-Men movies.
Which isn't surprising for anyone that's been keeping up on the behind-the-scenes filming.
I was going to say.
Played by Tyler Main.
And if you've seen the behind-the-scenes images, you will know how he dies, so keep up the internet for that sort of stuff. Yeah.
You get full fight, like how they recorded everything from. There's like 11-minute set video, I think, on YouTube you can watch. It's great. Like, the movie, he looks great. The only thing I don't like about him, he doesn't have any fucking sharp teeth. He just has like normal set teeth. Sabretooth never has normal teeth.
Strange.
So I'm kind of like, he looks great.
It maybe would have been awkward for the actor to talk, I guess, but you could have. I don't know. You probably could have CG'd them in or something. I don't know.
Well, he wore in the original.
Oh yeah,
film.
that too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would have made my child it would have made the child in me a little bit happier if it was the Wolverine from X-Men Origins.
That's Sabretooth. The
Sabretooth actor.
Kingpin guy.
But Liev Schreiber.
That's what.
Yes, that's it.
Liev Schreiber. I don't know. I like him in that performance. He was fun.
I did like him in that performance. I just like the look of the character more in the first X-Men movie. So,
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, if they brought him back, I would have wanted him to be like a comic booky,
I just love how like the hair on his eyebrows is so fucking overgrown.
But I mean, not much to say about that other than just they're bringing back the old actor, so interesting. There were also some Comic-Con exclusive Hasbro figure reveals. There was Cobra Commander turning into a snake or something. I'm not exactly
Once a man was
lore.
a snake.
That's from one of the G.I. Joe movies.
Oh, was it?
Mm-hmm.
He was once a man. Now
Then
he's
there's
a snake.
the Darth Maul on his speeder bike, which I really want because it's Darth Maul with a neutral face for fucking once in his goddamn life.
Yeah, cool box. I like the box art.
Yeah, and he's got
Nice and retro.
He's got like retro looking like lightsabers where his lightsaber blades look like they're just opaque plastic rather than translucent.
Oh, you're right. That's cool. I do like that a lot.
Got Megatron voices Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
it's actually Orion Pax. This is the
actually.
Fractured Friendship 2-pack. I've got a few things to say about that. Fitting, since Transformers 1 is obviously about at the start of the war and the end of their friendship and stuff, so it's a fine 2-pack. I won't be getting it, but
it's cool. I'm not getting it.
That's just
can we call this episode Fractured Friendships? like,
that's appropriate.
Yeah.
And then we got the most convoluted Marvel / everything else character ever, Death's Head.
Aiden said
he's the horror of the comic book universe.
He's got a pretty wild history in the comics throughout, not just Marvel, but
Transformers,
Doctor Who. He's had quite the history. So, and numerous licensing issues. So I think the existence of the figure is a pretty good miracle.
From what I know,
I do like the packaging is based off his card from the 90s.
I definitely know more from the Transformers stuff, from the Marvel comics with like Hot Rod and Galvatron was like this time traveler and stuff like that. I didn't really notice anything with Marvel, but obviously the Doctor Who stuff I picked up on. And I've read those comics and stuff with him in. Interesting character.
It's cool that
shame that isn't exclusive.
Well, I was gonna say it almost makes sense that he's a Comic-Con exclusive because he's so like all over the place.
I suppose, but then it's kind of
he's also pretty obscure though. Like I don't think there are too many people who are like Death's Head. Where's he at? I don't.
Well, because Toy Biz had a figure of him back in the day.
Okay, so maybe there's more
the other thing is as well. If you got him
for like comics industry or something back then too.
I don't know. I mean, he was obviously some kind of big deal.
He looks fun. I like his design. I like his stupid head. So
I do know that, it's sort of like a different version in the Transformers universe. Like he's green instead of the blue and stuff. If you collect all three of those universes, what display are you going to put him on?
There you go. You got to get 3. if you can get 3.
Yeah.
Or now you just have to put all 3 displays on one shelf.
There you go. Make it look like an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. And use the centerpiece.
I'd hate that. He looks cool. I quickly want to mention with that Fractured Friendship 2-pack, whatever. The Optimus is a heavy retool of the War for Cybertron Optimus they've just put out. And that Megatron has been released about 21 times or so up to now. That is the Siege Megatron. Time for an update, I think, because that figure came out in 2019, I believe.
It's been 21 times since then. Good lord.
Well, yeah, when you say Hasbro milk a certain mold, they milk it all right.
Fair enough,
you know.
I guess.
Speaking of Hasbro milking some re-releases, you guys want to throw some extra stuff in, so I'm going to throw some extra in. Hasbro announced a re-release 2-pack of the Stormtrooper and Rebel Trooper, which is like kind of cool for army building, I guess, except this is like the 7th Stormtrooper re-release we've got, and still they haven't made a single fucking variant on the new Stormtrooper body besides ketchup and mustard back here. So, like, what the fuck, Hasbro?
And the Rocket Trooper.
No, Rocket Trooper wasn't on the new body.
Yeah, it was.
Or no, sorry, I'm thinking you're talking about the Jetpack Trooper.
No, I'm thinking there was.
It's just a pauldron and like rocket launcher.
That's
like saying the fucking Jetta Patrol Trooper is a different variant because it's got a pauldron and a backpack. Like no, it's not. I'm talking about paint schemes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
give them time. They'll milk it. Don't worry.
I mean, I guess.
Give us a Shadow Trooper in that color scheme.
Yeah, give us a Shadow Trooper. Give us the blue Commando Trooper or whatever.
Do they have camo ones too, or like green ones?
They're all kinds of variants. Okay. Give us like a Magma Trooper from Battlefront 1, the more recent Battlefront 1.
It's funny.
There's so much they could do. Well, they could give us a Shock Trooper.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're doing a good job with like getting clone trooper variants out, but nothing for
Stormtroopers. They don't care about Stormies, even though Stormies are cooler.
Even though they keep putting them out, just regular ones.
Army building packs are always great. It's good to get more.
I don't know why he's complaining because if he had the endless money in the world, he'd buy the lot.
No,
he would. He'd have about like
plenty.
70.
He does have a lot. I've seen them all.
I have a lot.
A shit ton.
Yeah, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, I want some variety. I want some spice.
That's fair.
Not that you had to make your own, at least, you know.
I'm ready for some updated other troopers like the Scout Trooper and the AT-AT Driver and the TIE Pilot and stuff like that.
They need updated bodies really bad. Same with like the Shore Trooper and the Death Trooper. They need their bodies updated.
Those are
and the Purge Troopers could do the redo on the new clone body.
I mean, you got this one. You don't need anybody else. He's sexy.
Never mind him. He's a little ferret.
But there's also the Stranger's helmet from the Acolyte. Pre-orders went up and it sold out immediately. So
no one's bothered. Remember?
But, yeah, people don't really like that. So let's move on.
I guarantee it's all those channels that are like pumping out all these hate videos and like, fucking hate this show. And as soon as anything goes out, they're like,
you gotta grab that.
Once the cameras are off, they're going to be in the helmet in their underwear, swinging their lightsaber around.
I'll have to buy them just so I can give my negative thoughts on it.
This is a very critical review of this really cool, lame helmet.
Stupid helmet from a dumb character.
I don't care.
Doesn't make any sense.
As far as I know, it's inaccurate, but it does look really cool. So.
It is.
The only inaccuracy is like the eye holes. The color itself matches what we see at the end of the episode. It has a copper.
I feel like it should still be darker, but
I suppose. But if you look at it in the final shot, it has got more of a copper look to it than what we see at night. I'm thinking it's like black and stuff. It's different.
It's also been struck a few times, so maybe the paint has come off. Possible.
For us, it is the metal used is pretty brittle, so yeah, could be.
But I don't know. I think it looks dumb. It's just I don't know.
I think it looks
the color. I think the color looks off, and I don't like the eyes.
They only showed a render right now too.
Oh yeah, it is just a render. Interesting. That means they're too afraid to show the final product.
They're shaking their boots
or some
it's going to
intern
cause
whipped it up.
controversy.
One intern whipped it up in an afternoon and was like, "This looks pretty cool," and I'm like, "Sell that shit right now."
Yeah, I just hope the piece on the figure doesn't look like that.
Why do they have every other figure, like, they've announced every other figure for the line, but they don't have that guy, like, who everyone loves? Like,
they even did, like, for episode 2 or episode 3 or whatever, they revealed, after the initial wave, a May figure and a fucking hologram May figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't also revealed, I can't remember the Wookiee's name.
Cannon fodder.
Chewbacca or something like that.
Off-screen killed Wookiee.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. I bet we're gonna see an Acolyte re-release of Ki-Adi-Mundi, since they just came out with that figure.
Yeah.
I bet we'll see the Plo Koon head on the Acolyte character before they make Plo Koon.
A new Plo Koon, yeah.
Yeah.
They've already made him.
Another
Have they?
A newer one.
They made Plo Koon, like, when they did Kit Fisto.
Yeah, I think there is a Plo Koon. Robo
I had him.
Huh. They did.
I
wanted to get it.
Fair enough, then.
Good figure.
Well, then I just imagine they would probably just reuse that head. I don't think they're going to modify it.
They'd have to modify it because the metal apparatus isn't the same as Plo Koon's.
Fair enough. Also, there were some figures revealed by Epic Hacks. Court of the Dead figures.
You have
I have
photos
pictures
of these,
that.
right? Because I have not seen these at all.
I have
yes.
no clue what these are.
You said
these are. They're a partnership with Sideshow to make figures based off of a board game that Sideshow does. They're pretty fucking cool looking, though. I think it's Death. Awesome. I think one of them's just Death, and then Preen or something like that. But yeah, one of them's the guy with the crown is the Lord of the Underworld, and then she's like his top warrior or something.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, just Death and Kier.
I know why
you're getting them.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Yeah, they're going on the D&D shelf because they're super fucking cool.
A million times.
Sure.
Yeah, those are dope.
If there's any fantasy figures ever revealed that look like they fit in, it's because Ty wants them for the D&D shelf. That's it.
I would be a fake fantasy action figure fan if I didn't mention them. So
that's fair. They look awesome. I didn't even know these existed. So thank you for sharing these. These are awesome.
Yeah, they're super cool. They're
looking thing. That's so fucking cool.
1/12 scale. They look super dope. So on to 3 things that nobody cares about. Braden, start us off with the WCF Luffy.
All right. So this is by far probably the weirdest action figure reveal I've ever seen in my life. To the point where I was like second guessing what I was looking at. This is the WCF, the World Collectible Figure Series Luffy. Now, what this is, WCF is a line of 3-inch tall little non-movable statues. They kind of look like cheap toys. They don't look like anything in particular. Like, that's interesting. Although I did use the Gear 4 Luffy head for my custom. That's the only thing to know about this entire line. That's interesting. Seemingly out of nowhere, SH Figuarts announced a collaboration between this line and is now doing an articulated version of the statue, which is very strange. It doesn't have hyper articulation, obviously, because it's 3 inches tall, but it's better than I was expecting it to be. This retails for $50 US, which is insane. Ooh. Ironically enough, this version of the character comes with a captain's coat that the base figure doesn't come with, which I thought was funny. I already pre-ordered it because I had to get it.
Because you are a shill.
I am a shill. I mean, it's a mini cute, stupid looking Luffy. I need it in the show. He's gonna he's like this tall, so yeah, I need him. But in better, more exciting, larger scale news, we have in-hand pictures of Eustace Kid. These are provided by Isaac Wong on Instagram. Isaac Wong Toys, sorry. I don't want to just call him Isaac Wong like I know him. I'm so fucking excited for this figure. Nobody gives a shit about this character at all. Nobody. He's also kind of irrelevant now. Let's go on, Ty.
I'm marginally history with this figure, mostly from what I've heard from you. So
yeah, he's just I just really like his design. He's a jacked ass dude. He's huge. He's got a big ass robot arm. I mean, he looks so much fun. And the biggest flex that this figure has is the photo where he's whipping off the cape, because that is something that this motherfucker cannot do. This cape is fixed to his back. It is glued, and it's another reason why I hate this character. Bad design choice. Look, it's articulate. You can't do anything with it. Having him be able to take the cape off is such a good idea. His articulation looks great. I'm super excited for him. I saw SH Figuarts post the like post of the box. Like, that's when you know they're about to reveal the figure and like do the package shots and everything. So I went, okay. I hopped on Hobby Genki. I pre-ordered him. He's already arrived at their store, and I'm gonna get him probably in the next couple weeks. So I'm like,
goddamn.
I have another one on Big Bad Toy Store. So if I get him in hand and he falls apart, then I have an extra pre-order. But yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, aside from pre-time skip, Luffy and Nami, this is one of the last figures that is announced so far, right?
This is the last raid.
And Ace.
Yes, this is the last like Onigashima figure that we're getting, as far as we know, which is disappointing because there's more characters that we need. But for the time being,
we need the whole crew.
We need the whole crew. There's a lot of characters that we need, but this is the last one that they're doing. I'm very glad that we're getting him as soon as we are, because again, he comes with a stand, which is a nice surprise. Anyways, I'm excited. I'm a bit worried about like his weight, like how heavy his arm and stuff is going to be. I don't assume it'll be that heavy, but you never know. It could be a potential problem.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Editor, keep that in.
Editor.
I mean, he's the editor, so he'll do what he wants.
Speaking of One Piece, Netflix One Piece live action update. We got some casting announcements here for you today. I'm going to be very unprofessional. I did not save like half of their names, so I apologize. We got a lot of characters announced here. Not everyone, not all the really exciting options that we were hoping for, but we do have some pretty good options regardless here. Lots of big players here. The most exciting piece of news here is that ya boy, David Dastamol-Chian, or how you say his name, you guys know who I'm talking about. Aiden, you say it then. Don't shake your head at me. Say it. Say it. He didn't say anything on my end. He was confused.
His mouth moved, but no sound came.
Oh, okay. I thought he was fucking punking me. I thought his mic was off or something. My favorite characters from the Ant-Man duology, because he wasn't in the trilogy.
Yeah.
I know. He was in Polka Dot. He was Polka Dot Man. He was in that Devil movie.
Devil movie?
Yeah, he's in some Devil movie.
Yeah, he was in that. The Night with the Devil or something like that.
Yeah, late Night with the Devil.
He's got amazing range. He's a fantastic actor. So to see him in this series as a character that he fits perfectly, it makes me so... Mr. 3 is like one of my favorite characters. He looks like a fucking dumbass. So I just can't wait to see his stupid-ass 3 hair. I'm so excited. And he's a great actor, so he's probably going to nail the role. He's probably going to be a fan favorite. Everyone else, like, just looking at the rest of the actors, they kind of look like their characters, which I'm like, that's awesome. You know,
That's good casting.
It is. It's great casting. We got the Giants cast. We got Smoker. He was teased at the end of the last season, but they actually finally have an actor for him. Again, don't really know who any of these guys are, but they're pretty faithful for the most part. I hope they do good. The ones that we're really waiting on are Robin's actress, Chopper's actor. Probably won't be that important. We just want to see what Chopper looks like, and then Chopper's mom. Oh, Ace too, yeah. And then Chopper's mom, who everyone's been hoping Jamie Lee Curtis is going to play her because she's been wanting to play her for years. I've heard rumors that it's not her. I've heard rumors that it is her. I hope it's her because she could absolutely nail it, and I'm really excited. But great.
Like, stupid ass fucking choice if you don't get her.
Yeah, right? I mean, if she's been wanting to do it for years, so what's the point of not bringing her on? It wouldn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't know. Maybe she's asking too much money. I doubt it. Season 1 of One Piece did really well, so they've probably got a way higher budget this season, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and everyone else that they've announced is no-name actors, so...
Yeah, I always appreciate when they cast no names because they're either not good or they're pretty good. And last season everyone was pretty good, so it's hard to say, but I like seeing people that. And then just rolling off that One Piece train, we've got one last One Piece thing to talk about. Chapter 1119. It's a pretty cool chapter. There's a break next week, so I won't be talking about One Piece next week. I apologize.
JJK comes back next week, and I can finally talk about that.
Maybe, unless he's sick again, because he keeps getting delayed. Because he's dying, I think.
Right.
This chapter is pretty cool. I mean, they straight up in this chapter confirm. I talked a little bit about Bonnie's power and how I kind of thought it was kind of lame last week. In this chapter, characters are literally going like, she can't do half the shit this guy can do. Like, she's kind of lame. Which was nice to kind of get that like confirmation that she isn't the shit. The robot, he wakes back up. He was the one saying the message. The message is conveniently cut off though, and it's cutting out, so you don't hear any of the cool Will of D shit that he was talking about, which is what I figured they were gonna do that anyways. Interesting enough, the robot is raising hell this chapter. He's punching people. He punches one of the old men in the head and cracks his tusk off, which is awesome. He rises out of the water. His name is Emeth, which is very interesting.
Emeth.
It sounds like a loser. I want to see what he was like back in the good old days. There's a brief bit where Joy Boy is talking to him, and that's interesting. He says he's like, "Yo, Emeth, fuck shit up, fam." He's going, "Okay, sounds good." It's awesome. But my favorite bit of the chapter is when they all team up to get where they get Frankie, Sanji, and Bonnie. They all punch Luffy and like fuel him up. It turns him into a big fat balloon shit. And it's so bizarre, and it's a cool attack. It was just nice to see other characters do a team up attack because they haven't done that in a while. Basically it though. I mean, it's a cool chapter. It sucks that we get a break next week, but it is what it freaking is. Hopefully the next chapter is cool, and hopefully we're almost done with these stupid old men, because I'm about had it up to here with these old farts.
It's always interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Regardless of if I have no interest in it, I still like hearing about it.
Okay. Yeah, it probably sounds like nonsense, but that's okay. It's kind of like what I mean. Hey, that's what the Doctor Who stuff is for me. I don't know what you're talking about half the time.
Talking about Doctor Who. So yesterday, it wasn't really leaked. Basically, the head of character options and the face of the brand, in terms of the toy side of stuff, sent out some images to someone in a Facebook group that I'm part of, with two of the new sets that are coming out later this year. They've been delayed, annoyingly, so they won't be coming out until September, but these are genuinely some of the most anticipated figures of the year. They are Daleks. But the first one I'm going to send is a set based on Resurrection of the Daleks. It has the black and white Supreme Dalek, a figure that I've wanted for so long. It goes for stupid money on eBay, like 200 plus for it alone, for the original release. So that's nicely updated, and it comes with a standard drone. I think it's going to be priced at £23 or so. But the real talking point is a figure that the entire community who missed out on this figure has been desperate for, and it's finally happening. And I will have to explain this character, because you're going to look at it and go, what is that? And it is the Remembrance of the Daleks, Emperor Davros figure. This thing is genuinely the most sought after figure in the entire run of figures by character options. It is one of the hardest things to get. Basically, Davros is the creator of the Daleks. If you don't know, Daleks didn't look like what they are. They are mutations inside travel machines, which is what you see. They look like people, called the Khalids.
Sorry, Larry, just one second. Is my camera completely off right now?
He's fully enclosed, basically.
I will quickly show you what Davros should look like. The reason why he looks that way is because he's part of the... he's got, there's two different Dalek factions in the episode. You've got the impure Daleks, which is the Imperials, which he's part of, where they see him as the Emperor. And then you have pure Daleks, which hate them because they're all about race purity and stuff like that. and they have it's probably one of the best things about when they have like a Dalek Civil War and stuff. But this is what Davros does look like out of that white throne. Just a brief little thing on the character. As mentioned, he is a Khalid. He was badly wounded in the Mavellan and Khalid War on Skaro. That's why he looks the way he does. He was badly hurt and stuff, and built a travel machine, like a life support, to keep him alive and whatnot. But anyways, the creator of the Daleks, and this Emperor figure was released in 2009. That haven't been revealed yet. Obviously, when they do, I'll talk about them. But yeah, that's all I have for the figures. Talking about Doctor Who, the final happened for Season 1, Series 14, or Season 40, depending on who you are. And yeah, I was talking about how I was excited for the final and everything like that, and incredibly hyped. And then I watched it, and I've never felt so deflated in all my life. Yeah, it was probably one of the most disappointing things I've watched in a long time. And yeah, I just felt numb watching it. And after it, I kind of did that, where you do that thing where you try and convince yourself that you liked it and you didn't. It was like that, and the more I sat, the more I was thinking like that was really bad. And again, I said it last time. If I was a casual viewer, I wouldn't watch the show again. But because I love it and I'm so passionate about it, it's kind of one of them things where I'm like, okay, I'm not looking forward to when it comes back in Christmas. This is how deflated it's made me. But yeah, they did my boy Sutek so dirty. It was kind of one of them things, and I should have expected it, where they did this great reveal. This 40 plus years we've waited for this character to come back, and it's like, holy shit, what are you going to do with him now? That sort of thing. And the first 20 minutes of the episode, we got to see Sutek's rule across the universe. He's the god of death, so he did exactly that. He, killed everything. And after that, yeah, it changed focus completely. It went about an adoption story, which the series has kind of been leading to, with one of the companion and her story. So for the story to rapidly change direction, it wasn't good, and the execution of it and everything was just embarrassing, really embarrassing. It's just, I rarely ever sit there and watch the show and go, all right then, rarely, and it's happened twice with this era, since Disney's had their involvement. Once at Christmas, again, like I mentioned last episode, where I said if I was a casual viewer, I wouldn't watch it again. And this final, I'd probably say this final more mainly due to the fact how excited I was, and I'm, you and Bryn can vouch that for how I spoke about Sutek's return and how it made me feel. And even on the night of the episode coming out, I was posting in chat like, how hyped I was, and I suppose I was setting myself up for disappointment, but
Lay had my Gojo moment.
Yeah. It was essentially like Cap lifting Thor's hammer, and that sort of like that reaction where you're like,
yeah. After Cap got kicked in the balls, and
this is how they defeat Sutek. I could, honest to God, spend about 3 hours or so just picking this thing apart, but obviously I'm not going to do that. But I'll quickly just say, obviously you haven't seen it and you won't, but I will just fill you in on the things. Basically, Sutek only appeared in Pyramids of Mars, which came out in 1975. He was defeated by the Doctor sending him through time to age him so he could die faster. So he's part of a race called the Osirans, which are like godlike beings, and it's where us humans, Egyptians saw like Horus and so on and so forth as like these gods, and that's kind of where it's where it comes from. So basically, what this final says is when the Doctor sends Sutekh through this time tunnel to his death, he latches on from latches onto the TARDIS, and this entire time he's been holding on. And for some, he's just here. He's never once said anything. This is the same character in the episode where he said once he breaks out of his prison, he's going to fucking basically annihilate everything, but he's kept hush hush for 40 years. I don't think so, mate. A load of shit. In Pyramid of Mars, the Doctor meets Sutekh, and Sutekh sees the Doctor as kind of a higher being because he's a Time Lord, and you know, even then he says, "You're an insect to me. To what I am, you're nothing." Now, all life in the universe, like every universe, this, that, and the other, he's the god of death. Why would he give a shit? But the way they defeat him, it's so insulting to build a character up the way they did and have a reputation they did for him to literally get a leash attached to him because he's kind of into his jackal form. That's his original form. He looks like a jackal. But they kind of emphasized that and made him like a titan sort of thing because Time's evolved him instead of killing him. He basically gets attached by a dragged through the time vortex to where he then dies, which makes no fucking sense because he spent 40 years on the fucking TARDIS riding through that thing. So how would it kill him? I haven't got a clue. But it's just like, man, why have you got to do him like that? And I'm not the only one that's felt this way. Believe me, the entire fandom, I'd say about 90 fan is feeling the exact same way.
So basically, the Doctor's plan that he did the first time, killing through time, didn't work. Didn't take. But then they just do it again. And then
it works this time.
Yeah. So in 40 years, he'll come back and be like, "I've evolved a second time."
He's like, well,
which is annoying because Russ T Davies, who wrote it, has said Sutekh is officially dead, which is shit because the character deserves so much better than what he got. You get 25 minutes with him, and then they spend about 10 minutes on some random planet meeting some random woman, and then after that it changes to an adoption story. And oh god, people paid money to watch this in the cinema, and I just feel for them because if I had watched that and then had to wait until 1 a.m. to get a taxi, I would be
it's the gif of Homelander watching the movie in the theater where he's just sitting there frowning. That's you.
That was me the entire episode, and
I can imagine. That's
the season's over and done with, and merging with Disney probably wasn't the best thing, but here we are. I've got another year of this shit every year from now on. So let's see if I'm still enjoying it next year. Might get better, I don't know. This season's just pretty mixed, to say the least. But yeah, the finals just really knocked the wind out of my sails.
That's fair.
Really knocked the wind out of my sails. I'm really down with the show. It's a shame. As mentioned, I will need to drop out early, so if that's okay with everyone.
You gotta go.
I've got about a few minutes, but I'll quickly talk about the Acolyte and the Boys, because obviously I don't want to give a chance up to, talk about that. The Boys came out today, and the Acolyte yesterday. So
2 days ago.
As mentioned,
3 days ago.
As mentioned last week, I had no intentions of watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of talk about episode 5, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. I didn't watch episode 3. I didn't sit through it. I just thought
not to. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna. I'll because I was enjoying it. I'll be honest. I think if you turn your phone off and you forget about the hate the show's getting, it's a good show. If you genuinely forget about the shit that the show's getting, it's a good watch. If you. And that's exactly what I did. First 2 episodes, I was like, I'm really getting into this. Episode 4 was like, okay, yes. And the ending, I was like, ho, hey. And then episode 5, and I was like, yep, this is it, okay. It's funny, though, because...
fucking art.
The thing is, though, this is what a lot of people have been crying for, and now they get it, and they're still like...
hate it.
It's like, fucking shut up, man. Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Great.
It's not as good as Duel of the Fates. Actually, I think you'll find it's better, mate. But okay, you won't. You don't have the balls to sit down and admit that.
He's just all around, I would say, best live action Sith, period.
Absolutely.
His scenes demolish any scene that Darth Vader's in, any scene that Darth Maul's in, any scene that Dooku's in. Those are the only fucking live action Sith that we've gotten. So
you're picking fighting. Live action.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the thing,
live action
though,
Maul
right?
doesn't do shit; he just flips around. So
he has Duel of the Fates, which is the greatest fucking fight ever.
Yeah. The thing that it's not better than fucking Revenge of the Sith fight. Duel of the Fates. No, listen. The best thing about Duel of the Fates is the music. All right.
Oh yeah.
That is it. The best thing about it.
I don't even remember the fight. I just remember I remember the goddamn Lego level, and I remember the music. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it. I remember the shield walls, and then Qui-Gon getting stabbed, and then Obi-Wan
Qui-Gon goes, and then he falls down the hole.
Just give my general thoughts.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sword, solid, absolutely so solid.
Oh my god,
the fighting was just throwing through. This is like the first Disney villain. I'd say, Moff Gideon I do, quite like, but this is the first one I've really felt like. Oof,
this is one who feels like anytime he's on screen, somebody's about to die.
And that's essentially what
happens. That's how it goes.
So he's a great addition.
He's so
cool. Really love his character.
And then
I'd love to get a figure of him.
Oh my god. They do such a great job of hiding like his physique throughout the show, and then once he fucking takes that robe off and he's just fucking jacked, like oh my god, he's dreamy. A
lot of thirsty people after him. On the internet, but he's a great new addition, and I genuinely think parts of the internet aren't ready to have that conversation because. They've got to make some money somehow, hitting on the show. Guarantee when the cameras are off, they're like, maybe I should watch that again.
I was thinking about it. I was like, you take this Sith and you put him in every other fight, replace him with every other Sith in the movies. He's wiping out the good guys. There's no chance. He's fucking them up. He's on a different level.
So yeah, that's my quick thoughts on the Acolyte. Like as mentioned, I will have to leave, but I just want to quickly say The Boys was always a blast. Always is a blast to watch. I'd enjoy it. It was a bit funky at parts.
It was a weird episode for sure.
It was a very weird
episode.
It did have a really emotional moment in it. Saying goodbye to a character. But overall,
good.
Overall, solid. Obviously, people are still moaning about that, but you know what? Just fucking swivel, enjoy shit, because you'll be dead soon anyway. So, what you crying for? Just enjoy shit whilst you can.
You'll be fucking dead soon once I find you.
Although, if you want to spend the rest of your days hating and shit on the internet, you do you. But I'd rather sit and enjoy things instead of, making my life a misery. But but in terms of what I preferred out the two, since they're both the fifth episode of each show, I'd say the Acolyte takes it for me absolutely.
I have to.
That was just every moment was like. Mwah.
The Boys made me cry. Acolyte made me fucking cheer.
Yeah. So refreshing to see a Sith do his thing on the screen, and
just pure unfiltered
Jedi, in some brutal ways, like even a neck snap,
so good. And to be the Jedi that gets killed by getting your neck snapped, like, sorry, Yord, you kind of fucking suck.
Yeah, I don't like him anyway. But I'm curious as to what's going to happen next. And I haven't really felt like this about Star Wars in a long time, where I'm like, what's the mystery? What's going to happen next? I'm really enjoying it. The internet can suck my shaft, because if I'm enjoying something, I'm going to enjoy it. Fuck them. We can make the videos and say how See how stupid you are for liking something. You fucking eat my ass,
What a
mate.
sad life to live.
Yeah.
I think going into the next 3 episodes, my biggest concern is just that they'll drop the ball with this character that, episode 5, man, is all loved so much. So, fingers crossed.
I do believe we are due for a flashback episode. I have seen a GIF of a dead character.
Yeah, I figured that another flashback episode was coming at some point.
Think
so that,
what we saw in episode
and I imagine,
story, I feel like we're going to get it from different perspectives and whatnot.
Yeah,
so
we'll get Soul's POV, and I think it's going to be rather than Soul telling Osha, because he can't do that. I think it's going to be Kamir telling Osha and May confronting Soul. So that'll be interesting. Sure,
right.
There's a burglar.
Some guy standing there with
There's a guy in a mask.
You alright? Sounds good.
Sorry, didn't know someone was in here. Just leave.
You gotta go, bud.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna get fucking stabbed or some shit. Alright, yeah, it was a great watch, and it's a very interesting mystery that I can't wait to see unfold. But yeah, that's me done for this episode, lads. Hopefully, you have a great discussion talking about the Acolyte even more and the boys. Shame I can't stay on for longer, but I'm glad to just get my thoughts in and obviously talk about a very disappointing final and stuff. So the animation's good.
That's how you know it's real, man. That's how you know it's real.
Dude, that's the future of fuck. Bro,
it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't like your fucking thumb, man. That's not a thumbs up. That's a thumbs backwards.
No, I don't think this.
What is up with your fingers?
I have broken fingers.
Something stuck in your hand.
Anyways, thanks for joining us,
Lay. LA. We love you. Mwah.
Enjoy the rest of your discussion. I'll see you next week, hopefully.
All right.
Well, I'll be honest. Lay pretty much hit all the points I really want to make about the episode. What was really great about it.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more to be said about the boys, probably, but
as far as the Acolyte goes, yeah.
Yeah, great episode, stellar episode. Just
basically from the beginning to end. It's like, man, it's like what you want to see. It's like
my only complaint about the episode is when May walks up to Soul disguised as Osha, like. Lady, you just cut off all your hair with a lightsaber. You would reek of burnt hair. I feel like you'd be able to notice that, but I don't know. Soul's an idiot, so fair enough.
I don't know, man. After everything that just happened, he's probably so.
Yeah, he's a little traumatized.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show at all, so I have no idea. Everyone was saying it was episode 5 was hot shit. I've seen one clip of a guy stabby.
It was.
But
you're a fool. Get out of here, fake fan.
Fuck
off. Anyway, the boys.
Boys. Let's talk about the boys.
I was not expecting that emotional turn, but that was like.
I kind of figured that it kind of figured that they wouldn't let Huey be happy for too long because
Yeah.
The question was, what powers was his daddy gonna get? Turns out a horrible power. Oh my god.
Yeah, friggin' vibro phasing power.
Well, I thought that was very clever to have his sickness mix in with just his powers woke him up, but it's to have it it's that wrong.
It goes to show you can't just make people better just by enhancing them. There's always a trade-off to it, which is cool.
It's not like a healing.
I wonder if we're going to see something like that with Victoria's daughter. Maybe. Probably not, because I don't think she was dying, but it's hard to say.
No. She just did it as, to protect her.
Yeah. I figured. But it's a nice way of being you can't, it's not an ultimate healer. It's something that you have to...
I mean, we've already seen what's wrong with Victoria's daughter. She's a fucking freak with tentacles coming out of her mouth, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
interesting
episode. We got super chickens. We got super bunnies.
Yep.
Super bull. We didn't get to see what the bull could do, but we got super flying sheep.
Maybe the sheep
It was
bull wasn't even super. Maybe it was just a normal bull.
I mean, it probably was.
Yeah. He just had no powers, just walking up like, hey. He gets eaten alive.
I'm gonna ram
the whole
you
farm
guys.
full, man.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Super strange.
I do like
Very
the
strange.
tension. It's building up. It's getting real high. It keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, we've got Ryan, who's like, I want to help people, and so his dad's like, yeah,
let's kill some people.
Help her, make her hurt him. He's kind of twisting his morality against him a little bit.
And Ryan's liking it.
Ryan's
like, yeah, Ryan is into it, little fucking creep.
Just like, come on, Ryan, you were doing so well. Now you're backpedaling a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now you're back to being daddy's little bitch.
Yeah, hopefully he learns better by the end of the season, because I don't want him to be Homelander Jr.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll, next episode or the episode after, he'll be like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Homelander's going to make him do some pretty awful shit, I bet. And then he's going to be like, nah, I'm good. And then Homelander's going to shut the fuck up.
The most interesting thing for me was the reveal of essentially what is in Butcher's brain.
Yeah, I was about to mention.
When you see those tentacles burst out of the bunny.
Yeah, because the bunny was on temp.
Yeah, he was the temp V bunny, and so odds are shit's gonna come flying out of Butcher at some point.
So yeah, I wonder how it did it come out of like his mouth and ears when
maybe.
Yeah, I mean it must have, right?
Yeah, when he killed Ezekiel.
Unless it's like some parasite shit and it just like comes out of his hand or some weird freaky shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be some. I don't know.
It's clearly not something that damages his body at all. It's clearly just something that happens like without affecting him like physically.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It's like it's like he has
I'm just wondering. Like they're not gonna do it, but I could almost see this show just making his fucking head explode into tentacles when he's fighting Homelander at some point, like some sort of Resident Evil monster.
Just flinging around everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the craziest thing this show has done, that's
wouldn't
for sure.
Be the craziest. They would just feel like, oh, I guess he's a bunch of worms now.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of
I guess he's a worm now.
He just turns into a big worm.
But, yeah, I don't know where that plot line's going or what they're going to do with it, but it's super interesting.
It's very interesting.
Definitely.
I like the MCU phase rollout that they were doing. We got phases 7 through 12 or something like that. Some insane number.
No, the only ones they show are 7 through 10 or whatever.
Well, they're like, we're announcing.
But they're like talking about 7 through 12.
Yeah, it was funny. He had those little jabs.
I went through and read all those names.
It came out the same day that they announced that Marvel's coming back.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic Con.
That's funny.
They make a joke about it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Feels very real.
But yeah, I mean it's Huey's dad dies. He was very sad.
Yeah.
That was
after slaughtering some people, Huey has to
kill
his own dad.
Whole episode though, part like how the season's been dedicated on Huey's side for that, but forming a relationship with his mother.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where that's gonna go from the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starlight's losing it. She's going a little nuts.
Yeah, her confidence seems to be shaken.
Yeah, she's really messed up by everything, which is also cool. She already had her outburst, but maybe she'll go even crazier by the end of the season.
She beat a bitch live on TV. I don't think she's gonna go crazier. I think she's just she's having performance issues because she doesn't really believe in herself anymore.
She's gotta believe in herself again.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But all right, I think that just about wraps it up.
Good episode.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
That tension is rising, so.
It is. We've got 3 more episodes, so hopefully we get some juicy stuff soon.
Yep.
But all right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for And Jesus Christ. He's like, he froze, so his hand went.
It was like a cool glitch effect.
Weird.
Bye, guys.
Right. He was like,
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. All right. That's enough of that.